going on? This is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com. Ben, I've had a huge breakthrough. First of all, if you haven't bought my book, especially if you're a male, buy the book Crack the Female Code either at MikeColleen.com or probably go to CrackTheFemaleCode.com. All right, so Ben, I've had a huge breakthrough tonight. I'm not even sure where to start. I'll start here. There's something that I teach in a lot of my videos, and I already know 99% of the guys going, what is this? What are you talking about? Now, I've been teaching it to you for how long? 9 months?
About so, yeah.
It's been a while. You thought you understood it.
Yes, I did.
And he did. And I'm telling you, I'll get clients that will come to me and say, I understand. Did you understand?
I did not.
Do you understand now?
Yeah.
Go ahead and share your experience.
I understand it because I'm living it more now. Before, it was like, I understand what he's talking about, and on like an intellectual level, I really did understand it, like how the whole thing works and everything.
Logically. But if you only understand it logically, you don't understand it.
You can't really apply it.
You can't comprehend it. It's like logically you understand the things, but... And I say this to a lot of my clients, like, this is not a logical understanding course. Yeah, I'll go very in-depth on the understanding side because it is a big, important side. But there's a different form of understanding, and I need to shift you over to this understanding. Does that make sense now?
Yes. I've
said this to him for months, especially the last 2 months. And he's like, oh, I got it. I'm like, no, you don't. We had an amazing experience the other night. I'll lead it off. We went out, and I was starving, and you were pretty hungry too, weren't you?
Yeah.
And so we decided to go to this place, get a bite to eat in the city, and there was a long line, and so we had to get on a waiting list, which is, well, I don't want to say unusual, but so we were waiting, not long, 30 minutes.
About so.
Something like that. And Ben was kind of caught up in his head. And he goes, Mike, so do you do this technique all the time? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, I could tell Benham was up in his head. It was obvious. And I'm going, okay, this is not going to help us to meet women. And Benham needs to get better and better at opening up. So I'm doing see, all right, before I told you tonight, okay, now we didn't go out tonight. This was 2 nights ago. And this was when he had that realization. So before I told you tonight, did you realize I was doing techniques?
No.
He literally thought, oh, we're just hanging out. I'm never just hanging out. When you become an NLP trainer, they condition you over and over to be in the state of mind, to be in the present moment, to be in what's called the NLP trainer state. When I'm with a client, I'm there all the time. Now, a lot of times it seems like we're just talking, huh?
Yeah.
And I'm just talking to people, huh?
Yep.
And then afterwards, I'll point it out. Did you see how I leaned forward? Did you see how I did this? Did you see how I said this when she said that?
All the time.
But it seems like I'm just talking.
Well, yeah, because it's just a conversation. It's not even like you're talking about like NLP or pickup or dating. It's just like regular everyday conversation. Like
seemingly, in NLP we use a term. It's called seamless. It doesn't seem like you're doing anything.
Yeah. And
that is the goal. So go ahead. We'll get to what it is that Ben have learned in a minute. We're kind of leading up to it. So go ahead.
Well, I noticed that. Do you remember the time when we were in the grocery store and you met your friend from like high school or whatever? And we were in United Market.
From high school? Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. Well, what happened? I don't remember.
Anyway, you started talking to him about something like the elections or whatever.
Right. Speak up a little louder. I'm not sure if they can pick that up.
And basically, we guys stood there and talked for like 10, 15 minutes. And then after the whole thing, you came up to me and you were like, well, did you notice how I did this and the polo and the this and the that? And I said, no. Because it was just so... I literally thought you were just having a conversation. Because that's what it would look like to anybody watching.
There's a difference between walking through life mindless, and there's another difference walking through life purposefully, with intention. So, a lot of times I will bark at you like, dude, why aren't you paying attention? Because it's kind of hard, because you're in the habit of not paying attention.
Yeah.
So we're working. Now, here's the cool thing. So we're standing out there, and I finally walk out away from the crowd, and I leaned up against a pole, trying to help him to ground. And then I'm doing things like this and this and this and this. There's techniques that I'm doing, and I'm talking, and the way I'm talking, I'm getting him to open up and to be more and more and more grounded. So today, you just came over after work, and what was the first thing you said when you walked in?
I'm having a pretty damn good day, man. And I have been actually. I've been in a really good mood all day today.
And why?
Because I've been doing a lot of the grounding techniques that Mike teaches, and I've noticed a huge difference in the last 3 days. Usually, when I get off of work, I'm pretty stressed out, pretty just like
Yeah.
I'm very drained, because there's a lot of just mental chatter just going on and on and on. But the last 2 or 3 days, I noticed that when I get off work, it's like I have more energy. Like I'm more refreshed.
Would
than
you
I
say it's
usually am.
like your mind was clear and it wasn't jumpy and thinking?
Mm-hmm.
Do you now see how the thinking burns you out,
Oh yeah.
burns up a lot of energy and stresses you out?
Yeah.
All right.
It's like it's not just your mind that's tired. Like you can literally feel it in your body.
Well,
Like
yeah,
I
it
would,
makes your body tired too.
yeah, I would go to like the restroom for 5 minutes and just take a fucking breather, and I could notice my body. It was just fucking hurt,
Yeah,
man.
because you're all linear. When you're in the linear mode, you're it's like you're on alert, ready for battle,
Yeah.
and you're stiff and tight, weren't you?
It's kind of like you're working out, but it doesn't feel good at all. It just fucking hurts.
Right, because you've been doing that for 6 to 8 hours a day in the same position. You're like, fuck. So now do you understand about why flow is so important?
Yes.
Now, let's talk about what you realized. Okay, we're gonna get to it right now. Here's what his experience is. So we finally get into the restaurant, and we go and sit down, and you and I are having a conversation. I'm not sure at this point if you were conscious of it, but you were really grounded at that point. Before we walked in, I was doing unconscious techniques to help them ground because a lot of times if I tell people to do techniques or put your awareness here and there, they think about it, and he was definitely one of those people. So I learned I had to be really indirect with the Bennett to get him to really calm down and just relax. Okay? So by the time we sat down, as you think back now, did you notice how open and grounded you were?
Yes.
Feel good?
Yeah.
And you were like that at work today too, huh?
Oh yeah.
So then, what happened? I'm gonna shut up now.
There was this guy who kind of kept glancing over at us, and it's funny because
We were sitting at like a bar. It was a restaurant, like a breakfast type place. But there, there's tables. We were up at the bar because that's all that was open. So we're sitting at the bar, and this guy's sitting next to Ben. I'm here, Bennett's here, and this guy's here. So go ahead.
this guy's obviously had a few drinks, and so he kind of just starts looking over, and I noticed it right away, like as soon as he looked over,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm kind of just like, oh, whatever. We sat down, we got the menu and we're looking, and the guy kind of like turns over and he says,
Speak a little bit louder.
the guy kind of turns over and he just randomly starts a conversation like, well, what are you getting tonight? I'm just like,
Right.
who are you? You know what I mean?
Right, because he and I were actually talking, and the guy was like leaning over. Now, even before I said something, you were looking at me like, "What the fuck, dude?" And I think you even said something like, "Dude, I can feel it, the linear, the yin, yin, yin."
Yep.
So I talk. Okay, I want to add this. So I talk a lot about how guys can be really linear, and I do this with my eyes. It's like your eyes are like a laser beams coming out, and you're poking them. Right? You felt that, huh? Right now.
Absolutely.
Now, so you had this because before, logically, he understood what I meant, but you didn't really get it on a deeper level. So what happened? Just go ahead.
Basically, every time this dude looked over, it was like somebody was just slapping me, just hitting me, just literally putting their hand in my face and all over, you know what I mean? It's like they were touching me, and I'm just like, dude. And I didn't really say it, and I should have. Just told him, like, dude, mind your own business, man. We're just here to have some food.
Right.
But he kept looking over, and it was so uncomfortable, man.
Now, here's the thing. I say this a lot in my videos, and a lot of people think it's bullshit until you spend time with you. Now, Ben, I've seen it a lot, and that was a perfect example that night. And I say it's like moths to the flame. They don't know why. It's because when you're on the other side of your brain, or when you're in more open, it's called being conscious and being very grounded. As you looked around the whole room, was anyone else in that room grounded? Anyone?
I don't think so.
No, just all laser beam stuck in their forehead, stressed out, or trying to get everyone's attention, and everyone's trying to like, dude, you know what I mean? That's chaos, and we're sitting there going, poof, we're just grounded, and it causes people to go, what's going on over there? They're not conscious of it. It's like an unconscious awareness going, something's different over there, and it draws people to you. that guy literally couldn't stop trying to get us to talk, right?
Yeah.
So forget about that part. Let's talk about, did you notice how extreme it was, the laser beam?
You know, I always thought it's pretty obvious to notice that when guys look at a girl, they're pretty uncomfortable.
A
But
girl's uncomfortable.
Yeah, girls
Okay.
uncomfortable. But holy shit, man. It was honestly, it was 10 times worse than I thought what it would have been like.
Right.
And the realization was that girls got to go through this every day. And I think we were talking about it in the car afterwards, but it was just, God, man, it was creepy, man.
Because a lot of guys think, oh, okay, you mean like a little bit bothersome? No, it's like
dude.
just going smack
No.
or just like.
It's literally,
and it's irritating as fuck.
it's literally like you're just sitting there minding your own business. Somebody comes up to you, literally breathing on your neck,
Yeah.
like just fucking just touching you and breathing. Just like, what are you doing, man? You're just like, dude, who the fuck are you? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's literally like having somebody just inches away from your face.
Now, how'd you like it when he went eyeball to eyeball and locked on? Did you like that, or was that uncomfortable? Did you feel like he was trying to control you?
Yeah.
That's the point. And a lot of guys, when I teach this to them, they're thinking, oh, okay, Now, before, when you used to be closed up, a guy could be right here in your face, and you'd be like, yeah, so, and I'd be like, didn't it bother you? Like, no, why? I'm like, dude, he was like right, like in your fucking space and eyeball to eyeball. Now, a lot of guys are like, what are you talking about? I thought we're supposed to look a woman in the eyes. No, you're not supposed to. Keyword, you understood that, didn't you?
Yeah.
You understood that for the first time in your life now, huh?
Yeah, it's so funny, dude.
Go ahead.
Because now, when I actually try to like lock in and make eye contact, I can feel the uncomfortableness of it.
It's like you're a prison master and you're grabbing hold of them and trying to control them.
Yes.
And now you see how men are doing this to women. How some
Yeah.
women do it to guys, but it's usually the other way around. It's 99% men doing it to women. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I just wanted to let you guys know exactly how uncomfortable that was. It's literally like we were just minding our own business, and this guy was not only. You might think he was just trying to talk to you. Yeah, it was like he was
Forcing.
jumping in the middle of the conversation, putting his hand in a plate of food, saying, "This is mine. We're gonna talk about what I want.
Right.
Now you guys are my friends." And I'm just like,
I was like, no, dude. Now here's the thing. This is what men do all the freaking time. This is what we're talking about: social skills. If you develop social skills, there's an actually set of skill sets that you can learn. You will have more social power. People will want to talk to you. Okay, did you want to talk to that guy?
Nope.
Did I want to talk to him?
Nope.
Here's the thing. The guy felt really bad because I kept putting up the wall. Even though I was on the other side, I was putting a wall up between him and Abenev, and he kind of kept shutting down. And then I talked to Abenev, and the guy literally like, "What's he talking about?"
Yeah.
Like, dude, what the fuck?
He pretty much wouldn't give up. He tried to talk to us until the very, very end, until he left.
And I finally reached over and go, "Bro, I love you." I go, "But we're kind of in a conversation here, man. Just, it's nothing personal. We had a long day." And that's another set of the social skills you have to develop. And he's not even, I guess that night was the very beginning of the first step of developing it, but you're still going, well, how do I deal? Because the next step is, well, how do you deal with someone you don't want to talk to that's being intrusive in a way that doesn't hurt their feelings and in a way that doesn't make them get all, fuck you, who do you think you are, motherfucker? And that was a skill set that I had to really develop. It's like you have to be able to acknowledge someone in a way that they're acknowledged, and at the same time they realize, oh, they want their space.
Yes.
All right.
Kind of like the guy you were talking to outside.
Oh,
before.
yeah. That guy was drunk off his ass, dude.
Yeah.
So not only let's go back to one thing. So I said about 3 minutes ago about looking, like a lot of guys go, well, aren't you supposed to look in a woman's eyes? Go ahead, you can laugh. Do you see the difference? Now, you're not supposed to look inside her eyes, and that's what it feels like, huh?
Yes.
Like it's like, what are you doing, dude? Do not look inside a woman's eyes. Literally, don't go inside. And now, right now, I better go, what's he talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Uh-huh.
Yes, I do.
Even though I've been teaching you for months and yelling at you, Benna, put your awareness inside, in here. And I'd have to do all these kinesthetic techniques to help bring them back. Put your awareness on the wall. Spread out. Do this, do that. Now that you've experienced it in a laser beam kind of way, does that feel good?
Nope.
Fuck no. So here's what you're supposed to do. Put your awareness out. It's not just your visual, it's all of it. Visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. A lot of guys, can you kind of feel now how people put their energy on you?
Oh yeah.
Like they're trying to touch you, like with their. I know right now you're going, energy, what are you talking about? Yeah, okay, have you ever heard of visual peripheral vision? There's also auditory peripheral and kinesthetic peripheral. It's not that big of a step once I teach it to you, you're like, oh shit. You get it now though.
Yes, I do.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
I can feel when I'm doing it to other people now very, very, very clearly. And that's why I was telling Mike just before we started the video that I've been noticing a lot of like space between me and the customers when I talk to them on my job.
Like at work. Yeah.
At work,
go ahead
yeah.
and talk about what work was like. Just go talk about the
So-
girl, talk about customers and how you notice things.
Well, in the last 2 days, I've been noticing a lot of just basically how people interact, how much space the guys give the girls, and generally I've noticed a lot how when I lock on people, I can tell it's clear, boom. It's just like this uncomfortable lock. I'm just like, okay.
Like, I'm being a control freak. You have to talk to me. No, they don't. They really don't. It's not Nazi Germany, bro.
Yeah. It's not even like, well, am I it's very clear when I'm doing it.
Right.
And it's very clear when other people are doing it too.
Right. Well, it is now. What did you say at the table? Or no, it was right when we first sat down. It's like in the beginning I was saying, well, you understand it, but now you understand it.
Now I feel it. Is
Now
what I
you
said.
feel it.
Now I feel it. It's the logical understanding is cool, and it does help you understand the whole piece a lot better. But it's when you really feel it is when you feel it.
Right. And so I kept telling Bennett, this is not a thinking course. This is a action course. Because he just wanted, well, let me think about it. Let me just teach me some more. Let me read a book on this. Let me read your book. Let me, and I'm like, Bennett, it's not about knowledge. It's about physical understanding. Does that make sense now?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I told him my life has taken a pretty awesome turn in the last few days just because I'm doing a lot more of the techniques that he taught me, and I've been way more clear-headed. I've had more energy, and I've just been in a way better mood, especially today, man. I was just like off the hook today for no reason.
For no reason. He didn't win $1 million. He didn't get laid. It was just like, whoa, because this new understanding is pretty fun, huh?
Yeah.
It makes life fun. You could be at work going, oh, this is really cool. All right, so
Pretty much.
talk about when your interaction with one of your coworkers. You noticed how she did what?
I noticed.
That you didn't notice before, even after I've been telling you all this stuff for months.
Yeah, I noticed just the subtleties of when she pulls away, when she moves forward, during like certain times when she's interacting with people. She's the only female coworker we have, and it's so funny because she's kind of like one of the dudes. So we all thought like, yeah, she's cool, man, she's cool. But she pretty much does the same thing every other girl does.
Yes.
When
Shrink away, crosses her arm. Go ahead.
Yeah, when you look her in the eyes, it's like when you do the, she'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, good to see you, man. It's funny because I always thought, oh, she's cool, she's one of the dudes, but she does the same thing as every other dude or every other girl. Yeah.
And now here's the thing, though. You didn't see that before, huh?
Nope.
Before you met me, even when I was teaching this, like, yeah, okay, I believe you, I logically understand, but you didn't really get it.
Mm-hmm.
Now you see everywhere you go, holy shit, girls are doing this, they're leaning away. And okay, what did you say after that experience about the dude being Mr. in your eyeball kind of thing and in your space, and like you said, putting his hand in he didn't actually put his hand in his plate, but it was like that.
Pretty much.
So then you said, is this what every girl goes through? Every moment of every day?
Well, what I said was when we got in the car, I said, so basically they got to go through this every single day, like
Constantly.
Every
time a guy likes them, and laser beams her ass, laser beams her tits. She can feel that. Can you feel it?
Yes, I can.
Laser beams her eyeballs.
Yeah.
So look, man, don't laser beam her eyeballs. Here's a basic technique. There's a lot more to it, but look about 12 to 15 inches out. Put your awareness there, and then go wide. Put your awareness out there. That'll help. And at the same time, put your awareness in your chest about the size of a basketball or on your back. That'll help pull your energy off of them. Now that you know how to do this and you're doing it, how do people react?
They're a lot more comfortable. I'm a lot more comfortable. the whole interaction is a lot more smooth.
Would you say instead of saying women closing up and pulling away, would you say they're more neutral, almost like they're leaning towards you and they're more open?
Yeah.
Physically, literally.
Mhm.
Now, go ahead.
It's funny today. We were just talking about my work, and I went up and I talked to this lady who came up and talked for about 30 seconds, and then I walked away. And she was pretty neutral. Like, she didn't lean forward, pull back. She was just kind of standing there like, yeah, how's it going? And then I left, and then another coworker of mine came, and he just like, boom. He was leaning forward like, hi, how you doing?
And she
was
leaned
just
back,
like,
huh?
"Whoa, dude."
Told you, dude. And guys, you do it when you go to the bank. You do it when you go to the cashier. And you guys lean forward and like, I mean, remember we're at the bank that one time. I pointed out. And he goes, "Yeah, okay, I don't get it." The dude literally was leaning in we were at his bank, arms on thing, leaning. Like, even though the wood thing is here, he had his head all the way in, and the girl's like leaning back, counting the money, going, "Oh fuck!" And she's looking at her coworkers like, "What do I do?" And I go, and then I go, "Do you see that?" Yeah, so like, I don't understand, but you see it now, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Fucking see it.
I would say that I feel it more now. It's like starting with the dude, the laser beam dude.
Benev, because I'm gonna blow my nose. Sorry, people.
Starting with the laser beam guy at the restaurant we just told you about. That was like, on a scale of 1 to 10, that was like a 15. That was really uncomfortable. And today, and the last couple of days of
but wait. Don't let these guys think that only that dude was like that. Do you see how every dude you see out in public is doing this on a scale of from 1 to 10? They're like a 50.
Yep.
They're just at such an extreme level. And here's the thing: when you're there, you don't know you're there. And when you're with your buddy and they're there, they don't know you're there because it's like you got iron gates up and iron walls and ting, 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 ting. You can't even feel it, can't even notice it. But when you open up, you can feel it.
Yes, you can.
Now, do you understand why women say, "Didn't your mother teach you that pointing is rude"?
Mm-hmm. It's funny. You don't even if you point at somebody, you can still feel it.
Right.
I think you just did it when we were talking. I could just like, blink. Yeah. I felt that.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that light out, but oh well, screw it. All right, I'll just lean over this way. So, go on with what you're saying.
Well, I think the last thing I was talking about was my coworkers, right?
Yeah.
Well, basically, I've just been noticing how much space I give the girls that come in when I talk to them, and the reactions are way different. I've noticed that when dudes talk to them, they kind of do the thing. It's very subtle. It's super.
And
subtle.
the guys think they're Mr. Rico Suave, huh? Oh, that chick's into me. Yo, really, dude?
Yeah.
She's totally into you. You know what I'm saying? Fuck! How do you not notice that? But here's the thing: when you're in your linear male brain and processing and looking through that part of your brain, you don't see it.
You don't.
Even when I was pointing out, you're like, "Oh, okay, yeah." You logically believed me, but you didn't really see it. You didn't really understand it or get it.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
It's like a feeling shift instead of like I think I just said this in a video. Like, yeah, I really did understand. It wasn't like I was blowing smoke, but it's like until I felt it that one night and then the last couple of days, it's been just obvious as fuck.
Let's put it this way, because I have this happen with every single client. You really understood it on a surface level. And he really believed, "I got it. This is all there is." I'm like, "No, there's more. There's more. There's deeper. There's deeper. There's deeper understandings." And so, "No, I got it. I see it. I understand it." But I've had clients yell at me, "How in the fuck would you know whether I understand it or not?" I'm like,
Actually, I've said that to you too.
yeah, he got mad. He got pissed. In fact, did we make a video about that?
I think we did when we had the phone session.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. And so, it's like, guys, you're gonna have to put some faith in me. How many times have I said to you, even recently, "Dude, you don't even see me, bro. You don't even realize what I'm teaching." What are you laughing about?
Like 20 times.
I'm like, "You're not even listening, bro." It's like, have some faith. How many times have I said, "Have some faith in my teachings"?
Like 20 times. Like,
and then I would say,
something.
"How many things have I shown you that have blown your mind? How many times have we gone out in public and I've done something? Like, oh, how did you do that?" And I'm like, "Why don't you have faith?" You're like, "I do. I believe you." It's almost like verbally, you're like, "Oh, sure, I believe you."
Well, honestly,
Right.
I do believe you. It's just that I couldn't see the deeper level, so I thought this is all there was, so I believed all of this. Do you know what I'm saying? I believed all of this because that's where I was. It's until that I got down here in the last few days that I really understood the whole thing.
Now here's the deal. I know he gets it. I can feel it. I can hear it in his voice. Now here's another thing. I'll break it down scientifically. If you go back in this video and notice how many times he's used the word notice, aware, give space, all these words that women use all the freaking time. There's a female language and you're using it unconsciously.
Yeah.
And that's what I kept telling him, because we wrote these words. Use the word awareness. Use the word notice. Use the word space, spatial. These are female words, and women can relate to them. They understand it. But now, instead of logic, see, do you understand the difference between logically? Well, Mike gave me this list of words to fit into my sentences. Do you understand the difference between just using them and not really understanding it? And now you're over here going, "Oh my God, I'm using it. I'm not even consciously thinking about it."
Yeah.
You didn't even notice until I pointed it out just now, huh?
No.
All right. So, guys, there is a different language. There's a different way of viewing the world. A total shift in perspective. When you shift, you will literally step into your power. Do you feel more powerful now?
Oh yeah. Yep. I feel like life is a lot easier.
Mhm.
One of the big things was that I had so much like just chatter in my head. It would just drain the fuck out of me, dude.
Mhm.
And the last few days, I've been just really clear-headed. So I've been enjoying the ride.
Wow, what's going on, man? Like that.
Something
It's
like
almost like you're on a drug. Remember I was talking about Target? Like, isn't this why people do drugs?
Yeah.
Because they want to get to this space where you're at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when we went out that night, it was... Ben was like, dude, everywhere we go, people are just staring at you. Women, literally, Eric, I know you asked me this on the phone. Did women not literally come up to me, grab my hand, hold my hand, hug me, grab me, pull me? Yes or no?
Yes, absolutely.
Try. Not only they did, but they opened the conversations. And Eric, you're like, wait, don't you have to do like a pickup line or an opener? Like, no, don't do that. You do that, you blow it out. You just sit there and let them come to you. But you have to be in this space, because it's not that you're doing something. It's more like you're not doing something. And that's what Ben said when we were out there, when I was leaving. So are you doing this all the time? I'm like, what? No, I go, Ben, the minute you tried to do it, you just came back up here. And you're like, it's that subtle? I'm like, yes, it's that subtle. That's kind of the thing. It's such a subtle thing. It's such a slight shift that when guys try to do it, because that's the male brain. The left brain wants to try, force, control. Now you're stuck in the male brain. You want to let that go. I know that sounds kind of vague right now, but when you get it, trust me, you'll get it. Anything else?
Later, dudes.
Yeah, I'm sure there's something else I want to say, but for right now, peace. Buy my book, Crack the Female Code, at Crack the Female Code, if you want to get an idea of a part of my course. That's just a little sliver. Would you say that's true?
Yes.
I'll see you guys later. Bye.
See you guys.